Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. We're going to talk about the banks. We're going to talk a little bit about ISO, maybe regulations. Let's take a look. Fed's emergency loan may bring $2 trillion into U.S. banking systems. Now, I don't think this is a good idea in any way. I believe this is going to push us into hyperinflation at some point. We'll talk more about that in this video. The U.S. banking sector is facing massive financial repercussions as the collapse of major banks like Silicon Valley Bank has disrupted the industry. While other banks are considered to be at risk, the Federal Reserve had to ease the ongoing liquidity crisis in the country, according to JP Morgan Chase and Company. According to JP Morgan, the Fed's emergency loan program is expected to bring in $2 trillion worth of funds into the U.S. banking system. Through this, the current liquidity issues might be resolved for now. How long have I been saying it? We're going to face a massive liquidity crisis. It's right on the horizon. Well, now I believe it's actually here. And this might solve this problem. But what about other problems that arise? Things aren't looking good for Bank of America, next bank to fall. How many more banks can the FDIC and the Fed backstop or bail out? Next banking crisis because of liquidity crisis. Now, I said it over a month ago that Bank of America looked like they were going to have some liquidity issues, and people downplayed it on crypto Twitter. Remember when people had funds missing out of their account? Then they got the funds back, so everything went on as business as usual. But I said there's something bigger going on here. And I believe that's why Bank of America is so ready to go live with Ripple and XRP. Pretty sad. They are the only ones in the world doing this. XRP is a security here in the US, but it's a currency everywhere else in the world. But I believe that's about to change very soon. And I believe that the US right now needs XRP more than ever. They're going to need it to solve the liquidity issues inside the banking system. Either that or they're going to let this banking system collapse. Then we're going to switch over to the CBDC system. It's just a matter of time. European Central Bank warns ministers EU banks could be vulnerable. Following the current concern in the financial sector, the European Central Bank has warned ministers that some European Union banks could be vulnerable. Moreover, Bloomberg reported ECB Vice President Luis Guindos comments today that showcase certain banks might be at risk because of their business models, according to sources. Now, I'm waiting to see if they blame crypto the way the U.S. was so quick to blame crypto for the fall of these banks. But the problems are going on all throughout the world right now. Fear sweeps the globe. Confidence in the banking system is challenged. Credit Suisse gets saved. Like I said in yesterday's video, they were never going to let this bank fall. Swiss National Bank to the rescue. Credit Suisse is saved. The Swiss National Bank steps up and saves Credit Suisse, offering a $54 billion line of credit. Did anyone really expect anything else? Come on. They are Swiss, and Credit Suisse is their national treasure. And people kept calling for that bank to fall all over crypto Twitter. They were like, this is the next Lehman moment. This is it. This is going to be catastrophic. But I knew better. I knew there was no way. European Central Bank raises interest rates by 50 BPS amidst banking chaos. Now, they raised their rates over there. So what do you think Powell's going to do here in the U.S.? A lot of people are saying he's going to pivot. That would be great for crypto. But if he raises rates, it's not going to be good for anyone. The Fed will most likely raise interest rates next week, while they give banks money not to go out of business. This is how you kill small businesses and the working class. And maybe that's what they want to do. But I still believe hyperinflation is coming as well. Silicon Valley Bank is now marketing themselves as the single safest place to keep or transfer your deposits, fully insured with no limits or caps. What's the safest bank institution in the country? Plot twist. This action by FDIC effectively means that deposits held with SVB are among the safest of any bank or institution in the country. We are actively opening new accounts of all sizes and making new loans. I can't believe this is even happening. But again, anybody who was a victim of SVB, are they going to take their money back there? Or are they going to stay with the bigger banks? And who knows? Maybe this will turn around and SVB will fall again within the coming months. But again, I would never trust the banking system, but that's just me. At some point, the USD will start to be minted again, and just like a crypto, it will continue to lose value. What happens when a majority of liquidity is yanked and an infinite amount of tokens are minted? Welcome to the new US dollar. You ready for hyperinflation? And you see here what causes hyperinflation. Hyperinflation is when the prices of goods and services rise more than 50% in 1 month. It starts when a country's government begins printing money to pay for its spending. Instead of tightening the money supply to stop inflation, the government keeps printing more. As the government increases the money supply, prices rise in regular inflation. With too much currency sloshing around, prices skyrocket. This happened in the US before, back in the 70s. I wasn't around for that. But people that I've talked to, older people, have told me it was one of the worst times. And later, inflation came down and things improved. But are we headed on this course again? And how bad is it going to be today compared to the 1970s? That's the big question. ISO 222 launch days away. When we see with banks collapsing, stablecoins depegging, I'm pretty comfortable with my ISO coins. And again, is this happening ahead of ISO for a reason as well? And I still have a feeling somehow, some way, we're going to see XRP and Ripple push ahead. I feel the judge at some point is going to end this case. People always felt that it was going to happen before ISO even went live. This is the year we move into ISO 222. Know what you hold. Now, I mentioned this in yesterday's video, but one thing I didn't point out is this. A crypto that complies with the ISO 222 standard could be approved by a central bank that enables crypto payments. ISO standardized crypto identifiers are going to change the way crypto is used. If ISO issues an official code for crypto, such as Bitcoin or Ethereum, that crypto will enter the database tables of the top financial services like Visa and MasterCard. Now, we know Bitcoin and Ethereum are not going to be part of this. Maybe Ethereum, but definitely not Bitcoin. But think about it. Your XRP can be used the same way Visa and MasterCard is used. That's why I always said, these people that downplayed it, ISO is just a messaging system. It's much bigger than that. And certain cryptocurrencies are definitely going to rise in value with ISO going live. But like I said in previous videos, I believe it's going to be a time thing. Like it's going to take time for these cryptos to move in value. In 2018, Signature Bank lobbied for looser bank regulations and celebrated when they got them. Weak rules and over-reliance on crypto led to the bank's collapse. They owe the public an explanation for the economically disastrous outcomes they've caused. Now Elizabeth Warren wants answers from Signature Bank because she wants to set that whole narrative around crypto being even worse than they thought. First it was the fall of FTX. Now it's the banking system. Where do we go from here? But yet she doesn't offer a solution. But other legislators are doing something. U.S. lawmakers digging through crypto legislation for bipartisan winners. Now, I feel that the whole banking collapse has set fire underneath these politicians to get something put in place. The U.S. Congress is in the very early stages of making legislative progress on crypto oversight, with different ideas being reviewed for how much bipartisan support they can get, said Senator Tom Tillis. We're going through the mechanical process right now, Tillis said Wednesday at a bipartisan policy center event in Washington. He said that all the ideas coming from various offices are under that review, with an aim toward finding components that could clear a Congress split between the political parties. Tillis sits on the Senate Banking Committee, which will have a key role in advancing any sort of crypto legislation. So are they going to fast track this now? Because now it affected the banks. It's a lot different when it affects an exchange because they really don't care about the retail investor. They care about the big banks that are out there. This might be something that gets regulations put in place very quick. And then we see this picture of Brad Garlinghouse dressed as a leprechaun. And is he giving us early was he giving us early signs of what's to come this year? Is it going to happen this weekend? Because this weekend is St. Patty's Day as well. Maybe Brad was giving us early warning signs to get invested in XRP. Or maybe he was just saying the case is coming to an end this weekend. Whatever the case may be, I look at it like this. I hold the greatest cryptocurrency of all time. It's going to be tied in to this new financial system. It's going to be part of ISO. It's not just messaging, it also provides liquidity. It's going to definitely be utilized, and the banks are going to love it when they get their hands on some XRP, especially at a time when it looks like all the banks are facing a liquidity crisis. But let me know what your thoughts are on this. Put it in the comments section down below. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.